What up, what up, what up, what up? It's your boy Big Truck. Check this out. We're going to talk about this club scene and why the club scene is so dead and why has it shifted and what can we do to get back to that place of socializing, having fun, having a good time, men going after what they want, women going after what they want. No Me Too movement, no foolishness, no fuckery. Get back to everybody having a good time. Without further ado, grab your shoulder pads and your helmet. Come get this work. Peep this shit out.
And here we go.
Why men are not going to these places anymore is, well, in general, right? And I would argue this is also affecting nightlife at least a little bit too, is because men aren't, there's no reason for men to go to these places, right? Let's be honest about it. It's a complete waste of time. It's a complete waste of money. The people obviously don't care about you. They're there to do a job. And I mean, I would extend this to regular nightlife a lot of the time as well. You have women who are essentially just going out because they want you to buy them drinks or they want you to give them free attention and free validation.
Nowadays, back in the days, like especially in the 90s, going to the clubs were fun. It was always something new. It was always a good adventure, a good experience. And when it came to the nightlife, as far as social goes, you have to understand, the clubs, it's a singles place. It's a place where singles can come gather, meet, interact, conversate, get to know each other, and so forth. And whatever that they choose to do after the club, they are both grown adults. They can do whatever. And the club scene has shifted away. And we got to see what we can do to bring that back. But it's good that we're talking about this because it needs to be talked about.
Reason men don't seem to value their attention and validation, at least up until recently. And even then, it's a portion of them, I would say, personally. But yeah, women like to go to these places because they get free crap from men. And so men have started to say, you know what, this isn't really worth it for me. I'm just going to stop doing it. Let's keep going.
I was going to ask you, are all the clubs in Vegas the same rules about how naked you get?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
So this one was topless.
Yes. So like I said, there's 25 strip clubs in Vegas. There are four fully nude clubs.
Okay.
And the Palomino is the oldest standing strip club in Las Vegas. It is one of a kind. It is the only fully nude alcohol serving club that is out there. That, when people talk about wanting to go for a Vegas stripper experience,
that's the one.
That's where I would send them.
So if you are at a club that is not fully nude, is this meaning top off and like G-string? So like very close to nude, or how much do people push it? They don't.
So you're not allowed to. Legally, if you work at what is considered like a bar, is like a topless club, you are legally required to wear 2 sets of panties. So you have to wear like a legal thong and then your outfit.
You know what's wild? How some people just don't get it. Like, no one cares about how many layers you have, sweetie. And by layers, I mean excuses, drama, or even that fake deep personality act. It's honestly amazing how clueless some of these script club dancers can be.
Not only that, but when it comes down to it, men are checking out. Men are looking at the situation from a different perspective of saying, hey, look, why do I have to go out to a club and go real hard in the paint to shoot my shot, to buy a woman a drink, for a woman to shoot me down and turn me down and reject me? I have more fun just going my own separate way and having my own fun. So when you really look at it, the mentality, the mindset of those ladies is going out to the club, getting dressed, taking all this time to get dressed and glamored up. 9 times out of 10, you don't have no damn money, but you're looking for guys to buy you drinks, looking for guys to buy you food, feed your ass, call it for what it is, at the club.
crazy that she's sitting here and she just knows all of the law of the different locations. Like, who the hell even cares, right? This woman knows all the different places. She knows like the legislation, or not the legislation, excuse me so much, but what each place does. And I just find this crazy personally. But why is this even on a podcast, by the way? You know, women's podcasts. I mean, half the time I swear they are out there talking about women's empowerment, and really it's just the ability to do questionable things like this. It has nothing to do with actual empowerment or anything like this. But of course, again, men are checking out of these places. They're not so interested in going to these places because it's not worth it, right? You're just spending money for absolutely nothing. The women don't care about you. Now, I'm not saying the women should care about you. They're there to do a job. But even when, again, you go to like regular places, regular clubs, you go out to bars or whatever, these days it's kind of turned into a game of like, okay, well, how much free crap can I get from men tonight?
How many games can I run on men? How many scams can I run on men? So, to be honest with you, when you look at the types of women that are going to these clubs, they're not going to have a good time. They're not going with the mindset, I'm going to have a good time. And if I meet someone, cool. If I don't, cool. A large number of these ladies are not going to the club having their own money, buying their own drinks. They're going there with the hopes of meeting someone, and they could fund their drinks and fund their food.
And here we go.
To go home with that guy who I've already selected beforehand anyway.
Here's the thing. Men aren't flocking to strip clubs the way they used to. Why? Because the novelty is gone. The attitude, the entitlement, and the lack of any genuine connection have made it less appealing. Men are over it. We've evolved past throwing money at someone who doesn't even respect us, let alone see us as more than just a wallet.
I mean, personally, guys, I don't see why dudes were going to these places anyway, especially looking for a genuine connection from a woman. I mean, I think that's a bit ridiculous. But I do think that men in general have realized that giving away their resources to people who don't care about you at all is a waste of time as well.
I'd rather keep my resources for myself and give them to someone that's worthy. But when you go to a strip club, you already know what to expect, okay? When you go to a nightclub, a social club, you know what to expect. Nowadays, when you walk out the doors of your home, you already know what to expect.
And let's not forget, with the way the world works now, why waste your time and money on someone who's pretending to care for a paycheck? Men have better options, real connections, peace, or just keeping their hard-earned money in their pockets.
Make this shit up. You can't make this shit up. Yeah, I heard it.
Look around you. A large number of men are not really going to clubs. If you look now, you have more women at these clubs than men. Why would I want to pay my money to go to a club to watch other women take selfies? Have other women on the dance floor dancing with each other. If I approach a woman and ask her if she would like to dance, I get shamed. I get called a creep. I'm in her personal space. The only way I can get a dance or a conversation is if I buy her a drink. Depending on what type of woman she is, buy her and her girlfriend's drinks.
Sunshine and Rainbows over here. I spend a lot of time on this account glorifying my job and talking about how much I love being a dancer, but I thought I would make a video kind of pointing out some of the cons because I, in no way, shape, or form, want these young people to look up to me that follow me on this account and think that it's all sunshine and rainbows over here. No.
Well, that's a first. I mean, usually when you get women who like work in this sort of industry, they do like spicy content or they're selling their body in one way or another. Usually they just do pretty much all of it's just trying to be a role model and telling other women what they should and shouldn't do, and about how this is empowering and it's so confidence building and all of that stuff. I mean, probably a whole bunch of her videos are like that, but at least we get one where she's like, hey, wait a minute. You know, things aren't exactly all sunshine and rainbows. Sometimes the men don't give me attention and I can't make enough money. Beyonce and Cardi B and all of this nonsense, and then you go on TikTok, and apparently what's being empowered for women is having no self-respect. Like, women are actively taught to have no self-respect by individuals like this as well. They just perpetuate it in a giant circle.
Number one, which is also a pro, but in a lot of ways can be a con, is the money. The money in this industry is extremely inconsistent. You never know what you're going to make day to day, week to week, month to month, or even yearly.
And that's true. But you know what? That's just the nature of the beast. You're going to have some good days. You're going to have some bad days. In this case, it's a lot of bad days.
And here we go.
That can be really hard for a lot of people to budget or fall back onto, and then you realize you're not making the same that you were before. There's been times when I've made thousands of dollars in one night, and then the next night I literally make $0. And so that inconsistency can be really, really hard for a lot of people.
Oh, boo-hoo. Boo-hoo. See, this to me, right? I hear this. Oh, I make thousands of dollars some days, and then some days it's really, really hard. It's like, number one, it sounds like a budgeting issue to me. Like, some of these people, I swear to you, they just have no idea how to make money actually work, right? They have no idea how to budget. They have no idea how to spend their money sensibly. And I just personally find it really damn funny.
As a stripper in 2024. 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 40. That's it. That's always it. Where are the $500 days?
Them days is gone. I'm going to tell you that. Them days is gone. Them men's is gone. Them men's keeping them $500. Them men are keeping them $500 in their pocket. And they taking $200 out of that 500, and they having some fun. They enjoying themselves. They pocketing that 300, and they being responsible. They being logic, and they having a good time, and they living their best life.
All the girlies who want to be a dancer so bad, don't do it. This is not your sign. Any video you see, this is not your sign. You know
shouldn't be
how
doing
rare it is to get a club that's like consistent like that. It's very hard. It's not very easy. I worked and I only made $4. 2 girls out of all the girls I worked in made over 100 today. Like, I took off my clothes today for $4. Do you really think that's worth it?
Fuck you think you fucking with?
I have seen so many videos where women talk about how this sort of stuff is empowering. It's good for them. You know, it's all about that confidence. They don't do it for men. But apparently when you... Holy hell, this is a terrifying frame, I just realized. I didn't mean to pause it like this. This woman looks like... Now, that is intimidating right there, guys, wouldn't you say? Imagine waking...
Hey, bro, that shit is scary. I would not want to wake up to nothing like that. I would not want to go to bed with nothing like that. I would not want to make love to nothing like that. Bottom line is, man, I love it. I so fucking love it. Men are waking up. Men are seeing it now. Men are starting to get it now. Keep your peace, men. Keep your peace and keep your money. Stop spending money on women that are not your wife, period. Number 2, the club scene. Do we need to get back to that? Of course. The question is, do you really want to get back to it?
Anyway, I forgot what I was saying, but I do find it funny that this woman is complaining about only making $4. Oh, that's right. I thought it was empowering. I thought this was a good thing, you know, liberating for women and so on and so forth. But $4, bit of a rough night, hey?
Well, a large number of women destroyed that. Y'all can go to the club all y'all want. But whatever y'all think y'all looking for, y'all not going to find. You can't be mad if a man don't buy you a drink. You buy your own damn drink.
No! Don't say this is my sign. It's not. I promise. Stay to your office 9-to-5 job.
King Kong ain't got shit on me!
These so-called independent women in strip clubs still don't get it. They keep shouting about how they don't need men, but let's face it, without men, they wouldn't make a dime. No men in the club, no tips, no drinks, no money, period. And here's the kicker. Most of these women, liberal. They're the loudest about being strong and independent. But when the reality hits, It's men keeping the lights on and the bills paid. You can't have it both ways. If you're truly independent, why is the entire business model built around men showing up and spending money? Men are waking up. They're seeing through the act and realizing they don't need to fund this charade anymore.
Victory lap.